Welcome to Phoenix, Arizona once again for Week 3 recap. My name is Jawan Brashear, JQB for 3. Let's get straight into it. Biggest blowout of the weekend occurred this past Sunday. Minnesota Vikings, Cincinnati Bengals. Minnesota put up 48 points, dominated from start to finish. Cincinnati did not have much of an answer for them on defense or offense. Looking back to Thursday night's game, the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills, Miami hung in there for a very long time against a really good Buffalo team, so give them credit for that. But Buffalo was able to come out with a win, 31-21. Josh Allen had a great game. One mistake cost the Dolphins in that one, or maybe two. Next game on the schedule, Las Vegas Raiders and the Commanders. Commanders, without Jaden Daniels, put up 40-plus points. That's a lot of points that they put up. And the Raiders didn't have a terrible offensive game. Looking at the numbers, a lot of it was in garbage time. But, you're not going to be able to win many games when you don't stop somebody from giving up 40-plus. And the Commanders did just that, so hats off to them. Pittsburgh, New England. This game was begging for any team to take this win. Pittsburgh did come away with the win, 21-14. A very, very close game throughout, but ultimately Pittsburgh's defense stood tall when they needed them most. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New York Jets. Tampa Bay had control of this game for a large portion and then gave up a lot of points at the end of that game to make it a lot closer than it needed to be, to have Baker Mayfield for the third week in a row deliver a game-winning drive. And he did just that. Hats off to the Jets for making that a great game when no one thought they would. Hats off to the Buccaneers for now going 3-0 and having another comeback week underneath their belt. Another game that we want to step into, many say is the game of the week. Los Angeles Rams, Philadelphia Eagles. Philly looked down in the dumps. They were down 26-7 at one point in this game in the third quarter. The Rams had their number the entire game. But then Jalen Hurts woke up. He started finding A.J. Brown. He started finding Devontae Smith. He started getting the passing game involved. And they ended up coming back 33-26. And a very, very, very gutsy game for them to grind through. Saquon didn't have his best game, but that's okay. It just shows them that they don't need him every single time to win games like this. Cowboys and Bears. Cowboys, what happened? What happened? Your defense couldn't stop anything. You had Caleb Williams looking like the man out there. Now, Dak Prescott, he didn't look his best. He didn't have a great game by any means, but they set the tone early in the first half. The Chicago Bears did, that they're here to play. And they shut down Dallas' offense for the rest of that game. Give credit to Chicago. They really took it to Dallas. And Dallas, without CeeDee Lamb, may struggle significantly, but it's more so their defense in that one. As we take a look at a couple other games on the schedule, Arizona Cardinals, San Francisco 49ers. Back and forth, both teams played really well. San Francisco's been in a lot of these situations, and they seem to find a way to win, and that's what they did in this game. Arizona played them hard. Losing James Conner didn't help, but them being able to pull out the win, the 49ers, now they're 3-0 and have sole possession of that one spot in the NFC West. Another game that we want to look at on the schedule seems to be a lot of highlight games with this team, the Denver Broncos, the Los Angeles Chargers. Denver's been in a lot of really close games, and once again, they lost due to a field goal. The Chargers, give them credit for coming back. Justin Herbert has looked phenomenal. He looks like the best player of the league so far this year, in my opinion. The Denver Broncos didn't play bad defensively, but when you give up a couple of runs and a couple of nice passes, it's Justin Herbert. He played phenomenal. So you got to give a hats off to both of these teams. They're both going to be a threat to win that AFC West division come postseason. Another game on the schedule that we want to take a look at, Kansas City Chiefs, New York Giants. This was the night game, Sunday night game, and Kansas City did what they needed to do. They made Russell Wilson and the Giants uncomfortable, and they controlled the tempo of that game after a couple of quarters went down. By the time halftime came and went, you could tell who really wanted this game, and KC was able to deliver. Another game that took place this weekend was the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Very nip and tug. C.J. Stroud has yet to find his groove within the offense this season, and they only put up 10 points against the Jaguars defense that does give up a good amount of points. Give credit to Jacksonville though for standing tall defensively, and for Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne to make plays when they needed to make them most. Hats off to them. Falcons and Panthers is the next game I want to talk about. Panthers fans got to be ecstatic. 30-0. I mean, they killed Atlanta in every way, offensively, defensively, special teams. Atlanta, what happened? You guys are supposed to be better than this, and they will be better than this. But another hitch in the road against a division opponent. They probably took their eyes off the prize, and that's why they're 1-2 as we sit here today. The Saints and Seahawks. The Seahawks had this game in hand before halftime even commenced. I mean, my goodness, you put up 38 points in one half. You're not going to have to worry about too many games. The Seahawks did what they needed to do. The Saints weren't able to stop them on defense. Their offense was struggling the entire game. The Seahawks special teams was great, and that's why they won this game, because they won on all three sides of the ball. So I'll give credit to them for making that happen. I saved this one till the end. The Packers and Browns. Packers are up 10-0 in the fourth quarter, and you lose. You let Joe Flacco come back, and he did that. He led the team and the troops, and you give them enough opportunities. Any NFL team will take advantage of that. So give credit to Cleveland. They really fought this one out. They never gave up, stayed gutsy, and they deserved this win. Packers, that's a letdown for you guys. And I'm sure they'll be back to rectify their mistake. Last night's game, Monday Night Football. The Lions and Ravens, highly anticipated and really a great game. The Lions controlled offensively what they wanted. They moved the ball when they wanted to. They passed well. They rushed well. They did a great job of controlling both the offensive and defensive line. And the Ravens didn't play bad on offense. If you have a mistake or two in there against a really good team, it's hard to overcome that. And the Ravens defense had no answer. So that's why they lost this game. Again, it's Juwan Bashir from Phoenix, Arizona. It's JQB for 3. Week 3's in the books until week 4.